前方のクマが怖くて吐き出せない。少しでも気を抜いたら意識を持っていかれる。こうなったら一気に飲むしかない。
So, I don't know how to properly explain this or convey this, but this show, it's so stupid and so dumb and so over the top and so budget, and I hate it, but god damn it, I love it too. At the end of this episode, I was cracking up and giggling at the end, and in the middle, and when he rizzed up a bunny girl, like all of it, like I was just giggling and laughing multiple moments throughout this episode. And I'm laughing like my inner 13-year-old boy is just laughing at this nonsense of a show. And I think that's its appeal. And I completely understand this stupid teenage type humor isn't for everybody. But my inner child loves it, and it's just for me. And I went into this episode. I can't sit here and lie to you guys. You know, it's like honest Abe over here. Spock. I went into this saying like, if this episode doesn't hit, like I think I'm done with this show. You know, it's kind of dumb, and I really don't know if it has that. And I had a great time watching the episode. It's not craftily written. It's not very good with this world building. Hell, I barely remember any of these characters' names. But it's freaking funny, and that's its appeal. It's stupid, it's over the top, and every time it does like the JoJo style great luck moment where he has his like JoJo face on, it just works for me. And there's been other anime that have tried to do this and have failed, but I think this one's nailing the stupidity of it. And I think that's its appeal, and that's what I think I'm tuning in for every week now, is just to get those stupid teenage belly laughs inside of my inner old man body. And I think that's what we're here for at this point. So this episode, it basically ended with our character here, with our main guy committing to another year of training with Broad, and he has basically made a name for himself as like the Adventure Guild's healer, which I actually think is a pretty good deal for him. Not only does he get to gain 3 meals, a place to sleep and rest, he also gets to train to become more equipped to handle situations, to potentially go out for himself on adventures and take quests by himself. And he has also solidified his need and the value he provides inside of the guild. I think if we fast forward later on, anybody who decides to go out on adventures with him are going to protect him. Like, if they were going to protect a teammate that they really love, they would probably protect him even more than that, because of what he brings to everybody, because of the healing that he provides the whole group. I think that supersedes his value in everything else. And I think that's what's going to make him really, really good and successful in this world. And eventually, I think will net him the ability to probably open up a shop where he can offer, low cost to free services to people. Or maybe, if it were me, the smart thing to do would be to open up some kind of doctor type office, provide normal low cost services, and in partnership with the guild, they can pay him some specific monthly amount or something, basically like a partnership with the guild to serve all adventurers or heal all adventurers for free. I think that could be really beneficial for him. Or maybe it's just his shop is part of the guild, right? And there's so many different options and avenues that he has now. And I think that's what makes the anime pretty cool, is knowing that he has all these options and doors open for him now based on what he's doing that's drastically different. And he has no bias towards any type of people, beast folk, whether they're cat, wolf, bear, bunny folk, whatever. He has no, he's like, he's just enjoying talking and being part of the people of the world. Where it's always crazy to see when beast folk are in anime, there's always some type of bias or racism when it comes to folks that are different than others. You always see that in every anime, and you assume that if it was the real world, it'd unfortunately be true as well. The rest of the episode, though, let me quit monologuing. The rest of the episode, though, his training continues. He does a 1 month commitment to the healing place. He ends up doing really, really well. He ends up healing a lot of different adventures. He gets close to the bunny girl named Nanala or Nanela-san, and he rizzes her up a little bit. You know what I mean? He calls her pretty. Again, no bias against bunny girls. We see him meet a chef. I'm going to call him Bear, but his name's 𝐒𝐻𝐽. Say that 3 times fast, and you'll sound like you're giving someone a good Friday night. This person ends up making him a purple concoction from the Sage of Time to help him level up faster. Essentially, he calls the drink Substance X and describes it as slimy. Very, very gross. He eats this he drinks this and then eats a cow's leg. I said he's gonna have shits for the week, but he ends up drinking this daily at this point. He meets a cat girl he gets pretty close to by healing her wounds. Again, that no bias against people who are different than him led him to having a lot of different people who look up to him and having a lot of different friends within the Adventure Guild. Apparently, he gets followed around during the episode. They think he might run away. They decide, or, Broad decides to pay him a year's worth of salary, or, what would be a year's worth of salary for his offering to the Healers Guild, where he has to pay up each month to be part of that guild. He gives him a lot of different silver, and he no longer has to work. He can now live here and continue his services and get food and everything else, which is really cool for him. So now he can continue his training with Broad. Broad ends up gifting him a tome, which has a bunch of different healing spells in it that right now he can just heal surface level, but eventually he'll be able to literally heal poison and different amino things and a lot of things that will help him, be a healing doctor later on, which I think are really, really cool. And then we learn that if he decides to level up at some point or get a promotion, his offering each month has to be a bigger portion because the services he can offer are more broad, which I think is pretty crappy and crazy. So those are kind of like the real things that happened this episode, but outside of that, it just caused a child's laughter. I think that's what matters most. So anyways, the Great Cleric, I understand, not for everybody. So let me know if you're keeping with it or not. If you're not, totally okay. It's not for everybody. It's either that stupidity resonates with you or that stupidity is what it is. It's stupid. You're like, I don't want to watch this stuff anymore. And that's completely okay. So let me know what you think in the comments. And of course, as always, my friends, I'll see you guys next week, next Thursday for more Great Cleric. Peace.